Greetings and welcome to this edition of Practical Assertion. We're glad that you've taken the time once again to join us, and we hope that this will be beneficial for you. This edition of Practical Assertion was inspired by a conversation that I had with a young lady during a counseling session this week. This young lady was struggling with balance in her life. For that reason, we have entitled this segment, The Balancing Act. Let's first understand the concept of balance. According to Merriam-Webster, balance is defined as the state of having your weight spread equally so that you do not fall, the ability to move or to remain in a position without losing control or falling, and a state in which different things occur in equal or proper amounts or have an equal or proper amount of importance. It is on these three definitions that we will make our case for this edition. In my conversation with the young lady, she was struggling with the fact that life can get to be difficult. She was struggling with balance on her job, with people, and I eventually showed her how that she was also struggling with balance as a result of her view of herself. If any of you have ever seen Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it is his assertion that we all have needs that fall into 5 categories: physiological, safety, love and belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. The physiological needs are on the bottom rung of the pyramid according to Maslow. These needs must be met before we can begin to move up to access and address the other needs. Along with food, breathing, sex, water, sleep, and excretion, homeostasis is on the bottom rung. Homeostasis is that balance that we all need. Now, time would not allow me to cover in detail the other areas, but I would invite you to take our Unpacking Old Baggage course for more insight. One point that Maslow makes, however, is worthy of consideration. Maslow states that with the exception of the lowest needs, the physiological ones, if the deficiency needs are not met, the body gives no indication of it physically, but the individual feels anxious and tense. To make it clear, if we go too long without either of the physiological needs, our bodies will indicate it outwardly. You go without breathing for too long and watch how your body indicates that there is a problem. The other category of needs, on the other hand, if lacking, our bodies will not necessarily show it, but we will be tense and anxious, which is why my client needed to discuss it. So, getting back to balance. In our physical bodies, many things help us to maintain balance. Our eyesight helps us to maintain balance, as does our hearing. It is also understood that the little toe, as small as it is, also contributes to our balance. And so it is in our emotional state as well. There are many contributing factors that can impact our balance emotionally. Among these are relationships, finances, and jobs, just to name a few. As it relates to our job, the lack of appreciation, advancement opportunities, our pay rate, and our purpose all play a role in maintaining balance. If I feel that there is a lack of appreciation for my skills, my contribution, or my value as an employee, I can't help but feel an imbalance. If I am constantly overlooked for advancement opportunities, this impacts my psyche and thus throws me off balance. Closely related to this is my pay grade. I have a view of my value. I know how hard I work, and I pride myself on my accomplishments. If I fail to see the reward, once again, I am off balance. Finally, as it relates to the job, and again related to my view of myself, I have a vision for my purpose in life. If I am unable to fulfill that purpose in my job, this can create an imbalance as well. As it relates to people, our relationships, our treatment, and our acceptance help to determine our balance. When I feel loved, accepted, appreciated, and respected, I enjoy a state of equilibrium. If, on the other hand, I experience rejection, disrespect, and hatred, I am thrown off. This sometimes causes me to doubt my abilities, my value, and my very being. To add insult to injury is the fact that most of the times that I experience the negative treatment, it is at the hand of those closest to me, my family, friends, church members, and co-workers. Ouch. Well, I would guess by now that you are now saying to yourself, oh, that's why I'm so out of sorts. I'm off balance. Again, here is why. Going back to the definition, you will recall that there are 3 things that determine balance: the state of having your weight spread equally so that you do not fall, the ability to move or to remain in a position without losing control or falling, and a state in which different things occur in equal or proper amounts or have an equal or proper amount of importance. If your weight is not spread equally, you could fall. The practical application here should be obvious, and that is, if you are carrying more on one side than on the other side, you are off balance. This could occur when you care too much for others than you do for yourselves. Regarding your ability to move or to remain in a position without losing control or falling, the application here could be that you find yourself on a tightrope, and the slightest movement can cause the tightrope to begin to sway. This happens when we are attempting to cross some great divide, like a canyon, for instance, without the proper tools or vehicle. You could cross the Grand Canyon on a tightrope, or you could fly across. If you are feeling unstable, perhaps you need to consider another mode of transportation. Finally, balance occurs when different things occur in equal or proper amounts, or have an equal or proper amount of importance. We get off balance when things don't occur in equal or proper amounts or importance. For instance, if your desires outweigh your income and you act on those desires, you will be off balance. You will forever be in debt. If you place more importance on pleasing yourself or someone else rather than doing what is best for you emotionally, you will find yourself hurting after he or she disappoints you yet again. Do you recall that I said that our eyes, our hearing, and our little toe contributes to our balance? If you want to maintain balance in your life, make certain that you see clearly, listen attentively, and don't overlook or downplay the little things. Edgar Allan Poe is quoted as saying, "Believe only half of what you see and nothing that you hear." People are crafty and many are out for themselves. Do what is best for yourself, but never at the expense of others, and you will have balance. Well, that's the thought for this week. What do you think? Please leave your comments on our website at www.asert-usa.com or on Facebook. And please share this video with as many as you know. If you'd like some help finding balance in your life, email me at james.bradley@asert-usa.com and I'll try to direct you. Take care, and we'll see you next week for another edition of Practical Assertion. Goodbye.